Hi, BC. Hey there, vinyl community, all of you YouTube folks. Hope everybody's doing great. Welcome back to my Neil Young record collection. And a little coffee there, energy. Okay, first up, this is just a domestic record here. Neil Young Freedom. And it's just on that Reprise label. But the reason I've got this is because Neil is rocking in the free world right here. Yeah, I love that song, Rocking in the Free World. But of course, you know, this is 89. This is when, you know, all the big record companies were saying, oh wow, digital's great. Only they had crappy digital equipment then. And this record didn't sound all that great. And I think this is a record that really aggravated Neil Young about working with Reprise and the poor quality sound that they were putting out for his records. And here's Rust Never Sleeps. Here's an old classic. Again, it's just I think a Canadian press that I've held on to. And look at that label. No telling why it's on that label. It's a 79 Warner Brother Records on that old Steamboat label. But this is 79, so this is still analog. We weren't making digital records yet. So that's just an original Warner Brother Canadian press. Okay, now we get into the more modern stuff. This is Neil Young Chrome Dreams. Hype sticker says the critically acclaimed new album featuring 10 new songs. Mojo magazine. Inside of the gatefold. Back cover. And it's just got black labels on there. And now this record, I've still got it in the original inner sleeves that came in. You know, the kind of those pinky ones. Man, I'm slipping. Oh, that's junk that these records are in. But it's being protected still. I don't usually. And I got a little book in here, folks. Let's have a look at that. Rust Dreams, it looks like. Rust Never Sleeps on here. Flip it over, you can't tell which side's which. And there's a nice little picture, Neil. Got the lyrics of his songs on here. Just, you know, kind of pictures of the band doing their thing. Now, this record sounds fantastic. Now, this is after Neil got a little bit aggravated with the company. He started, yeah, this is a nice here. And let me look at see if I can see something on the inside. No, nothing. It's got a ball. Must be in that all in that book. Neil Young. Got a Reprise label. I didn't really look at this too much earlier, but I just know it came out around the same time this came out. And this is on that Vapor vinyl. And that record sounds phenomenal, as does this one. These both came out, I think, around the same time. I think this one came first, and then this one was the next one that came out after it. And no, this is right after Harvest. And you know, Harvest was one of those 90s records. You can't get them. It's been reissued. I just never bought it. I used to always have it on a CD. But this came out on the Vapor vinyl. Sounds fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite Neil Young records right now. Great sounding. A lot of great songs on here. It's just after harvest, just after he's getting divorced from his wife. He's still pouring his heart out, trying to get back with her. He's singing all these songs. You know how we went through all that. Made for some great writing. And it's the same kind of thing here again. Really, really good record. And then we have Living with War. And this is on, have a look here. There's one record in here. I can't see the record label. Reprise, I guess. I'm not sure. I think it's the same. I thought it was, anyway, it's a promo. So it didn't have a cover. And I got it at, you know how these Neil Young records are so expensive all the time. You look at it, how can I afford all these Neil Young records? Man, I got that Chrome Dreams on sale, and I was able to buy the other one. I got it when it first came out. I got a good deal on it. And then, I bought all these. This is the Neil ORS stuff. And this record now, look at this. I mean, this thing is like all fuzzy. This paper's all fuzzy on here. Aged. Nice gatefold. But the cover too, it's got that fuzzy aged paper on it. Even the back. And I don't think that's real cheap to make a record like this. No, this record was expensive. And they put it on the Steamboat label. And this is the Neil Young. What does he call it? ORS. This stuff here really sounds nice. Because I used to have all original pressings of all these records. And these are so much better than the original records were. But these are expensive too. I don't know what the deal is, but very, very good sounding record. As is this. This is the same thing. This is another ORS. Most likely a Steamboat again. Yeah. And they're 180 gram records. Got something else in here, folks. Let's have a little look. It looks like a poster. What you call it, a poster? I'd rather, well, this is, I guess, is all the lyrics, his original lyrics that he wrote down on for all the songs. So that's kind of cool to have it. I'd rather have it in a little book, and I'd rather have this as like a picture on there, a poster. So they do what they do. But again, the sound is really good on this series that he put out here. I'm not sure if he's still pressing them or not. I didn't look at that, but this ORS stuff, look how big, thick the spines are on here, and the big, thick covers. Just like Classic Records was making these things. That's how nice they are. See, this is the thing. Neil Young supervised this stuff. He's the one that said, I'm going to make these things great. Unlike the Beatles and Paul McCartney and all these other boys. They got really nice covers put on their records, but they didn't get the analog record made. No, he did. These records are good. And again, this has got Cinnamon Girl on it. Good record. But the thing up with me now, it says classic Neil Young mastered from the original analog master tapes because sound matters. That's what these records is. These ORS, these are all remastered analog from the original master tapes. And they put them on big, thick covers, just like a reissue label of Classic Records or somebody would have done. They did a great job. Neil Young did a great job of all these ORS series records. Now we have This is the SRS series. This is an unreleased 76 solo album. Neil Young, Hitchhiker. And I just bought this a while back, and I haven't opened it up yet, but I'm soon to open it up. It says here, mastered from original analog tapes. That's what you want. Then we have some of these classic records reissues. This is Crazy Horse at the Fillmore 1970. The debut release from Neil Young Performance Series Archives, available from the first time, the legendary 70 concert featuring the original Crazy Horse lineup and Neil Young Archives Performance Series. Yeah, great sounding record, great record. Classic records, you know how they are, their covers and everything are. Really, really nice. Good sounding record. And then this one. This is the Massey Hall 1971. It's a double record, huge thick cover on here. This is the Archive Performance Series again. Now, if you don't have a lot of Neil Young, I would just suggest you find this record. And whatever it costs to get it, instead of buying all this stuff, just buy this, because this is Neil Young. He's in concert. He's by himself. He's playing the guitar on a lot of these songs, and and the harmonica, of course, and then he'll play the piano on some of the other ones. It's just like a You Are There performance. It's done so well. And here's the lineup on here. On the Way Home, Tell Me Why, Old Man, Journey Through the Past, Helpless, Love Is Mind, A Man Needs a Maid, Heart of Gold, Cowgirl in the Sand, Don't Let Me Bring You Down, There's a World, Bad Fog of Loneliness, The Needle and the Damage Done, Ohio, See the Sky About to Rain, Down by the River, Dance, 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 I Am a Child. That's all his old stuff. You know, 1971, this is all his stuff from 70, 71 in there. A lot of good records he made and a lot of great songs. So if you like the old Neil Young, here's the one to get. Great, and I've got a video about that record too that I made. Now, along with that Neil Young, we got Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Neil Young. And this is a special record because this, my friends, is can't even see it on there. This is a Japanese original press. And this one sounds phenomenal. Phenomenal. You know, Classic Records reissued this record. And when it came out, I bought the record. And the cover was actually thicker than this. This is the original, like with the US press or Canadian press or whatever would have come out. Just that gorgeous leather with the picture glued on the front, all the embossed, stamped, you know, lettering on there. And it doesn't even have, it's just stamped in the back, 2,000 yen. Manufactured Nippon Gramophone, Japan. And what a beautiful sounding record. Now that Classic Records reissue, I can't hold a candle to this thing. Because I had it, and I had about a 4th edition Japanese press. And it sounded twice as good as that one. And now this is about 4 levels up from that one. Believe me, I went through all of them. I had all the different Japanese versions until I finally found this. And you can find them out there if you look hard enough. And it's going to be half the price at least of that Classic Records thing if you can find that. And then this is a great example of a Rhino reissue. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Let's see what we got in the inside here. Still cracks when you open it up. How about that? Got a great picture in there. Nice Atlantic label. And it's got Really nice textured cover. I mean, this is so thick. So thick. Just like that Neil Young stuff, about the same thickness. You know, and it's got the big thick back on it. And you get a nice textured lyric sheet with it. And then you get this little sticker on the front. Rhino. Mastered from the original analog master tapes for audiophile quality. 180 gram Rhino vinyl. You see that? Buy it. Unbelievable. Again, I've said this before. I used to have the Classic Records reissue. When they came out, I bought it of this. And this Rhino just crushed it. It crushed that Classic Records reissue. You know, Classic Records, they made some great sounding records, but they were the label that disappointed because you could always find something better. And look, I guess this is my point about those Led Zeppelin records. You know, Bernie Grumman, he remastered them from the original master tapes, we were thinking, and on Classic Records. So what if like Analog Productions or you know, Steve Hoffman or Kevin Gray or somebody, what if they had got the tape and they remastered it? How great would it be? Maybe one day we'll find out. But as long as Atlantic can make money pressing digital records, we'll never find out. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Neil Young records. Bye for now.